Welcome back to the Subterranean Studios for another episode of What's on the Tube. Today, we're pressing play on Togo. So sit down, get your popcorn, and enjoy the show.
I feel the need for speed. Holy shnikes. Good morning, Vietnam!
To infinity and beyond!
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
We never use transfiguration as a punishment.
To do the bind.
And action.
All right, so we're back in the Subterranean Studios, and we would like to give our sincerest apologies for the audio quality of the last two episodes. Normally, we pride ourselves upon the fact that we have pretty decent audio.
I think we were hacked.
Yeah, but it is fixed, and we are incredibly sorry. So if you want to go back and listen to the two before this, feel free, but just know that it does come with some technical difficulties. So from now on, we will be striving to put out
Excellence.
the best quality. So, well, we had a birthday boy this week, didn't we? Doing there, Brandon.
We did.
Who's that?
Birthday boy. Ooh,
It's our good buddy Josepher
Mr.
over there.
Josepher on mic number 2 over there. He's birthday boy,
Yeah.
1 year
but,
older. How does it feel?
Old.
Old? Yeah.
How old are you?
31.
Yeah, I don't believe that for a second.
No, you look like you're 10.
Yeah, you look like you're still in high school.
The big 2'8".
So,
I'm 28.
so Brandon, you gave Joey his gift
Yep.
I can't wait
prior to
talk
us
him.
going on to the
Yep.
podcast. You want to explain what you got him?
I gave Joey a nice can of anchovies.
Yes. It's the gift that keeps on giving, really.
And we're all going to share.
He worked at that.
Yeah.
So we're all going to share it, and we're going to try.
And no, I've never had an anchovy.
We're gonna
neither.
try. We're going to try anchovies.
I've heard that you won't hate it, but you know, never had them before.
I don't know. He might hate it. He might absolutely hate it.
We're going to find out.
I kind of hope he does. So I wanted to wait until we were on the pod to get you your gift. Okay?
I was impatient. I had to give it to you right away.
So first things first here, I'm going to reach into my little bag of gifts, and I'm going to throw you the first one.
Oh,
Okay?
you're going to throw it.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry, it bites, but not that
I was going to say, my first guess was a cat. I don't know if you're going to throw a cat, though, but you said it bites.
I would douse it in water before I threw it
Okay,
in,
then
so I
that'd
don't
be
have water
okay.
in my hand, so you're good. Ready? First one. Here you go. Catch it. Fantastic.
Did it go in the garbage can?
It went like 10 feet behind me.
It went in the trash. Joey, that's
What a
how you
throw.
feel about my gifts.
What a throw. Was it a book?
It is a book.
Play the harmonica. I used to have a harmonica, and I chose to take one on the island.
Yep, we had a discussion, 5 items that you would take on a deserted island, and you used one of those 5 items for your harmonica, and I asked on you a lot.
Yeah, you hated it.
I hated that idea because
But
you didn't know how to play the harmonica.
No, but
you literally had all those choices to survive on the island,
And I
you
picked enough to survive,
and
but
you
if I'm stuck
picked
on an island for
a
50
stupid
years...
harmonica that you can't even play. So I figured what I could do is give you a book that would perhaps enlighten you a little more on how to play the instrument.
Hey, if I was on an island for 50 years, I'd play something out of that harmonica.
I think what you were looking for is your thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I've got a friend that can play harmonica.
I can
Give it
Clay, he can play.
17 days. I'll be the best harmonica player in this country.
I'm going to hold you to that.
And
And
you
then,
think you're going to be better than John Popper?
Yeah, I got to get a harmonica first.
this right here, Joseph.
Are you going to throw it again?
No, I'm not going to throw it. This is a gift that keeps on giving. Okay?
All right.
So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to hand this to Brandon. And then Brandon is going to bring it over to you.
It's not a throwable
I
thing.
guess I'll
No,
take my
it's
headphones
absolutely not
off for
throwable. And you'll find out why. So. Oh yeah, I'm gonna film it. We're putting it.
Oh, we're on the film.
We're gonna film this bad boy.
I don't look cute tonight.
Well, you look adorable. So Joey, happy birthday to the birthday boy.
Happy birthday, Joey.
Thank you.
What do you got?
Oh, I got a banana.
What do you got?
I tried grabbing the banana, but it wouldn't come up that easy.
There
So
is a
I'm guessing
reason.
there's a reason for that. Banana nailed to some wood. You know this is worth like $100,000 or something?
I do. That's what I was telling Brandon. I said I got him a fine piece of art. So show it to the camera there,
yeah.
Joey.
Right there.
Okay, but turn it.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a J.
It's a J, you
Oh.
moron. It's not an R.
J for Joey.
J for Joey. So,
There we go.
do you love it?
I love it.
Just watch out because there's spikes in the back. It's,
Yeah, I saw them.
It's an anti-theft.
Did you put anything on the bananas to make sure they're not going to rot?
No.
Okay.
When I saw the banana, I was like, I'm going to eat this right now. But now I don't think I can eat that. That's
Yeah.
art.
And I may have perhaps missed the nail and hit the banana. So,
Yeah.
hammer.
It's kind of an imprint there of a bruise.
That's just it
Adds to character.
adds to the art. So I hope you love it, Joey. I hope you hang it up in your house.
I am going to hang it up. It looks like you actually missed twice. Both on this one.
Well, you know,
Smells good.
it does. It's
Does it smell like bananas?
And wood.
And
so. Hold up your
solid.
anchovies too,
yeah,
dude.
I want to see
Oh,
what
yeah.
those anchovies smell like.
Got the can opener.
Nice.
That's Alex's can opener.
You got some
got the
anchovies. You got a banana board, and you got the harmonica book,
It's a good birthday.
dude. Best birthday ever.
Are you sure about this, though?
Yeah.
You're just going to give $100,000 out like that?
Well, I love you.
All right.
You can make another one. He's an artist over there.
I guess that's true. Did you sign it?
No.
I should. Yeah.
I think it would take away from it. I don't want to be too cocky.
Trash.
All right. So now that we've had our fun, which that was a whole lot of fun, let's get down to the meat and the potatoes of why we're here.
Or the real fun.
real fun.
No, we're gonna save that for later. I think.
Save that for later. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be Patreon stuff.
Yeah, that'll be Patreon right up there with Brandon
Well,
jumping doing his brink 540.
Ugh.
Even though it was crappy quality, you're still not getting out of that, right?
You have to do that next week, right?
Nobody's gonna listen to that one. So.
You got to do
it has
that
to
next
be-
week.
has to
They're
be
gonna
in
hear how
Brothers.
terrible all that sounded and then not listen. Hopefully, so nobody's gonna send any money in.
I'll send all the money in if I have to. Like, it's going to happen.
Really, it's
Trust
just
me.
going to filter back to you.
Yeah, it's going to
I
happen.
mean, it's a good investment.
You gotta provide the scooter too.
I got a Spider-Man scooter.
There we go.
It's too small.
No, dude, it'll be all right.
Smaller is better. It's lightweight.
We can't do tricks on that thing.
Oh, you absolutely can.
Think of it as a tech deck.
No.
Like you're riding a tech deck.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay, so we watched the movie Togo.
mm-hmm.
Togo was starring Willem Dafoe and
Lots of Willem Dafoe.
lots, but
He's actually a sponsor of this podcast. That's
I
why.
hope so.
He's on every
At this
movie.
rate, we talk him up enough. But Brandon, let's hit you up over there and give us a short little idea of what we can expect out of this discussion.
So it's the 1925 serum run. Leonard Seppala and Togo race across Alaska to bring the diphtheria vaccines back to Nome, Alaska, where there was a diphtheria outbreak. A lot of children were sick.
There's no anti-vaxxers there.
Well,
They're like 100% ready for
we
that
need
vaccine.
these right now.
Where's Togo?
Well, this
And
is
like, we need Togo over there in China for the coronavirus going on right now.
No way, dude.
The 1925, I think it was like right when the diphtheria vaccine was probably being created.
Really?
I assume that's why probably they didn't have any there.
No,
assume so.
I looked that up. So I mean, we'll get into it now.
Yeah, why not?
It actually had something to do with the fact that the stuff before it went stale. So you know how like aspirin and stuff like that, they had it there,
Yeah.
but it was actually out of date, so they didn't
Yeah.
know if it would work appropriately.
Yeah, that makes
So-
sense.
And
Diphtheria is like, I mean, it's just really causes breathing trouble. Is mostly what I saw. Like,
yeah, like a respiratory infection. Which
and
this
especially
is
like in Alaska, and especially for children, it can be it's deadly.
This is based on a true story too.
Absolutely.
Did we say that?
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
no, we didn't yet say
We
yet.
didn't.
But
It
yeah,
is
no.
based on a true story. I'm actually
the untold true story of so a lot of people are familiar with Balto.
yeah.
This is what led to Balto being the hero that he
I wrote
is.
down,
Well,
'cause
yeah.
I was pretty mad at that point. I
Yeah.
put down, leave it to the media to F it all up, being first. They were like all about being first,
Yeah.
not about being correct.
Well, and if you remember correctly, in the movie, actually, the guy was like, there was a fox was the other
Yeah.
head lead.
Yeah, and it wasn't a good enough
So-
name.
So it wasn't even like. So let's be honest, like they were lead dogs, but they weren't like
They weren't Togo.
They weren't Togo. I mean, so we'll get into it. Like let's just start off at the beginning because we're getting ahead of ourselves. At the beginning of it, so apparently the sled racer that Willem Dafoe played, Leonard Seppala. I mean, he was the cat's pajamas.
Yeah, he was known as
Cat's meow.
he was one of the best mushers up in that area, up in Nome, Alaska, and across Alaska. When somebody needed something run from somewhere to somewhere else, they got Seppala to do it.
Yeah, and the first thing that kind of comes to light is the fact that there is a storm brewing.
Yeah,
When they're on their way into town, they're looking behind them, and it was one of those. They said that Togo was the lead caribou runner. He
Yeah.
liked to run down was it caribou or reindeer?
They're the same thing. Caribou and reindeer are the same thing.
No, they're not.
100% serious.
No, they're not.
100% serious.
Look it up. Prove it.
Okay.
It sounds like an orangutan
feel
ape
like-
conversation.
Okay, so do you feel, Joey? Do you feel like caribou and reindeer are the same thing? No,
No.
no, absolutely not. I don't believe you.
Something even
The-
before, like,
The reindeer.
It can't be off of Wiki.
This is off of. That is Wikipedia.
Can't be Wiki.
Okay, hold on. What's the difference between a reindeer?
Wiki's open
and-
source. We can't do that.
Okay. What is the difference between a caribou and a reindeer?
Okay, if there's
This is
any, they're
from-
not the same thing.
Hold on. Reindeer. and
orangutan ape.
No,
Thank you very
reindeer
much.
isn't it?
Reindeer and caribou are the same genus, Rangifer.
Okay.
The same species name, Tarandus.
Okay.
Domestication is the biggest difference between reindeer and caribou. The differences
Caribou's wild.
that have popped up due to domestication. Reindeer are shorter and stouter. They're the same animal. They're the same animal.
No, they're not. It's like a black bear and a brown bear. Not the same animal.
They are absolutely the same animal.
They're bear. Yeah, they're both a bear.
A caribou and a reindeer are the same thing.
No, they're not.
Orangutan ape.
No.
An
no.
ape.
Orangutans are apes.
You can't go.
Caribou are not. Like,
You can't go. No. No.
give me my gavel.
Yeah, see, we had that in the
Anyway.
one episode. We need that.
Back to
Even before the storm, though, I wrote down something. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but you noticed the color red sticking out.
no.
You didn't.
No.
I wrote down,
What was red?
like, everything was like a dull color. Like here in Alaska, everything was snowy white.
Yeah,
like,
no
dark
crap.
brown. But then you had red signs. Red signs stuck out.
I didn't
That
see red sign.
someone wore just a red coat. Just one person. Like they showed a bunch of people and just one person had a red coat. Red boots. Someone had red boots.
Oh, I don't know. Was that like foreshadowing or something that I missed?
I don't know.
too?
No.
Like
what
it's just one thing that popped out right away. Like right in the beginning,
So-
everything was dull except for red.
so I think what it probably amounts to is, and like take it for what it's worth, I don't know, but I'm thinking that perhaps maybe what you're looking at is the fact that, like, for one, it is a storm. It's a storm of the century's coming, is what they basically said. And not only that, but everything's white. It's complete winter. So, and then if you notice, everything everyone else is wearing is real fur. I mean, it's real, like, so it's all this brown kind of color to it. So I don't know if it's exactly foreshadowing, but I think it does make it really, really stand out.
It makes it stand out, but I feel like something, like that's why I wrote it down. Like something was,
I don't know. Maybe it was.
it was just there for a reason, in my opinion. Like
Maybe
red
it was.
boots.
I didn't know. I don't have red boots. I don't know.
I don't have red boots.
I wish I did. It'd be pretty awesome.
I have boots.
Nope or dope. Red boots.
Dope.
Shag.
Doesn't matter.
What?
Just red. Dope or
Dope.
nope. I think dope. Depends on the ensemble that you're putting them in with.
Yeah, and if it's shag.
Like if you got some nice corduroy pants.
Gosh, it's just wow.
What?
No, we just go off and it's just we went from the dog sled.
I'm just stuck
Yeah, I
on
guess
corduroy
so, yeah.
pants because I wanted corduroy pants one time, and my wife wouldn't let me buy them. She said I'd look like an idiot.
Yeah.
So-
no, I mean it would definitely cut down on the Seth Rogen, but because I don't think Seth Rogen wears corduroy.
I don't know.
I bet if it was in the script, he would.
So
Yeah.
so they make their way back in, and they realize whenever Seppala gets back, he realizes something has gone awry, and that basically all the children in the town are sick with
Diphtheria.
which is a respiratory condition of some variety.
Yeah, I didn't look real deep into it. I know
I
it's
didn't know.
curable. Like it's not really an issue anymore because there's a vaccine for it.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, you anti-vaxxers, get your kids vaccinated.
yeah, you should definitely get your kids vaccinated.
I mean, I don't want to tell you what to do, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what to do.
That's not very nice.
It is what it is.
The,
Some people need to be told.
So when I watched the movie, I just kind of assumed that something bad was going to happen to Togo. I've got a hair on my hand or something.
I thought you were doing one of these.
But I just assumed something bad was going to be happening to Togo. So any mention of like them trying to say, hey, don't, like Togo's getting old, don't take him or anything like that. I look at that as like, oh, there's your foreshadowing. They're trying to tell you like.
I mean, it kind of was.
Well,
To the end. I mean, not to skip ahead, but
yeah.
basically it was.
But so like.
It sort of was, but like it wasn't in the same sense too.
Like they were all
It wasn't
trying,
as
they were all-
drastic.
They were all trying to convince Sepp to go on this run over to what was the other city or the other town he had to go to get.
He had to go
vaccine?
to
Fairbanks.
Fairbanks.
Okay.
Yes.
To get, and I mean that's quite a hike.
Yeah.
But they said they was like, oh yeah, Sepp can do that in 8 days or 4 days or something like that.
4 days.
You know,
They
it's
said
like,
4
Jesus.
days.
Okay.
And it was like, holy, yeah, it was a 600-mile.
Should have took the snowmobile.
Yeah. And well, they went into it. They said they couldn't do a single prop engine. All they had was open cockpit planes.
Yeah.
Like specifically, they went and said open cockpit, and I think it was because for one, cockpit's hilarious to say, and
No,
for
you gotta
two,
say it. Everything's
Guy
good.
sneaking into a Disney movie. You know?
and you only get one.
Yeah.
But and also the fact that the storm of the century is brewing. For one, you're not going to want to fly a plane in that crap anyway.
Especially open.
And yeah, especially open. And then they were talking about there's another way they can get it as train, but all they had was really steam trains back then, and they don't really go that fast, especially across there. So they knew they weren't going to get it in time. Children were dying, and it was direly important. Seppala's wife did not want him to go.
Yeah. And then-
Because I think she was more or less like worn out of the fact that like, why do they ask my husband to do this every time?
Yeah, he was just gone for a while. He just got back.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh yeah, hey, we're gonna need you to go run to Fairbanks now to get this vaccine in this terrible storm.
Yeah.
One of the actors I've wrote down here. Have either of you watched Hell on Wheels?
No.
I started to, but never finished it.
That's one of my favorite Netflix series. But there's I didn't write his character name down in this movie. But as soon as I saw him, I recognized him. And
Was he the mayor?
it might have been Hell on Wheels. He's called the Swede.
Okay.
His real name is Christopher Heyerdahl.
Heineken.
Yeah.
Well,
Christopher Haneke.
another one of the actors in it is the guy that plays Roose Bolton in Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah.
I've never
Yeah.
seen that.
I haven't
It's
seen Game of Thrones
Solid
either.
show.
Yeah.
I actually didn't get to watch last season yet. I know, but
It was
everybody says it's
HBO.
awful. But
I don't know where to find that.
HBO Go.
No, I
HBO
don't
now.
know that.
Yeah,
I don't know that.
I leached it off my brother-in-law.
Oh,
So
FDA, you heard that? Or not
I wrote
FDA.
down-
Was it FCC?
yeah,
FCC.
I had his password. I'm just gonna use it.
I wrote down that at the beginning of this movie, it was kind of a slow start and hard to pay attention. But the longer the movie went on, the less notes I wrote because the more I was paying attention to the movie and like
Same.
not caring about the notes. Like I was just into it.
I don't know. I mean, like, yet probably up until like Sepp was laying in bed with his wife, but like the minute, which was probably like maybe the first like 1/8 of the movie,
Like
right?
once the journey started.
But once the journey started, man, this
Yeah.
has you on the edge
Yeah.
of your seat.
That's what I mean. Like
Literally-
I was bored at the beginning, like not paying attention, or I was trying to, but it's just like writing a bunch of notes, like hard to pay attention, slow start.
So
Yeah.
So I think like it kind of kicks in like with some urgency too. Like it looks like when he's leaving his house, it's still dark. Like it's either like really really early morning or late at night.
yeah, well, he is, and then he goes through town.
Yeah.
It's just starting to break dawn, and
Yeah.
everyone kind of comes out, and
And they're
watches
like,
him
yeah,
leave.
go Sep, you're the best. You know?
So I mean, he takes off on this wild adventure.
Togo's leading.
Togo is
And
12
Leading the
years
way.
old, 12-year-old dog.
another
Yeah.
thing about Togo,
And-
one of the things I really enjoyed was the periodic flashbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of Togo, what happened, like how he became who he was with,
where he tried to give Togo away.
yeah, multiple
Twice.
times.
Yeah.
He tried to give him away to the dude that came and got him, and the guy brought him back, and then he gave it to like an uppity housewife, it looked like, and
Yeah, she wanted to guard
Togo
dog.
And just
broke
continued,
out.
he continued to have no faith in him.
he
He wanted nothing to do with him.
But he-
Like said, he was not a dog for him.
Yeah,
Not a
but,
dog
not a
for
sled dog.
yeah.
but the minute that he actually hooked Togo up, Togo at a very, very young age outran every dog on his sled, and he came back to his wife and said, "Oh my God, I figured it out.
Yeah. He's not.
He's
a lead.
not a sled dog. He's a lead dog."
He didn't start off a lead. He kept moving him up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
mean-
all right, he outran you guys. All right, let's move him up further. See what he can do there.
yeah, for sure. And he was quite the troublemaker into a lot of things. You know,
I enjoyed the scene where he got out of that barn.
I like that. I like the one
Yeah.
where he also dumped him into
Yeah.
the river because he was chasing the caribou.
Then where he dug out of the cage, he like dug like 50 holes trying to find a way out.
Yeah. So could you imagine, like, all right, so like, let's say you put this dog in this crate. Oh dang! I sorry, hit that. You put this dog in this crate, and then like you know for a fact he's in that crate, and you go out on your little adventure, and then you see this dog up on a cliff, and you're like this is the devil coming out to get me now.
Well, the time when he was on the cliff
That's what you
was,
get when you play with a Ouija board.
It's like,
the time when he was on the cliff was whenever he was supposed to be at that woman's house.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was
yeah,
supposed to be
that's
the
right, yeah.
woman's
He
house.
broke out of that window, cut himself and everything, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden he's just mushing, and then he looks up and like, there he is on the hill. Who knows how far that was?
but like, gosh, like,
Yeah,
like,
I love
know
the
I got rid of
flashbacks,
this
though.
dog, and he keeps coming back. This is.
I mean, at that point, you got to think like that's a sign.
Yeah.
Like he came back this many times.
Well, that's he says it like at the end of the movie. He says, like Togo stayed for him, not for sledding, not for mushing.
sledding.
Yeah.
He stayed for Sep
Yeah,
because
but
he
I
knew he needed it.
I appreciated the flashbacks because it kind of eased the tension of that perilous journey that he was going on. Like when you go back on those little flashbacks, it's kind of like a breath. A little bit of a sigh of relief.
Yeah, for sure. And not only that, but like it gives you some substance as to like the fact that this dog wasn't always the greatest. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a hero's
It's a journey.
Or how,
Yeah.
or even how it got Sep to, I guess, I don't know, like the dog. Like,
Yeah.
so like he
It
always,
builds a relationship.
Yeah, he treated the dogs like a car, like they were
They were
his-
Yeah.
commodity.
It was
They were-
his
yeah,
job. It was
Like
his
it-
job
yeah.
to breed these
yeah, like
dogs.
but he took care of the dogs like you take care of your, well, maybe not like you take care of your truck, but maybe like Joey would take care of his truck,
I'd say like tools.
Yeah,
They were like a tool to him,
Yeah.
and you're a tool.
you're a tool.
But and you said I like that you said a perilous journey, but like let's be honest here, this wasn't even a perilous journey per se. It was almost a suicide mission.
Yeah, like they
They
mentioned
had
him.
very little faith
Yeah.
that he would, they had faith in one guy,
Yeah.
and that was it.
Yeah.
They even
Well,
said,
Even then, like, what was this, 1925?
Yeah.
How do they know how big of a storm's coming?
No, they had said something about the pressure,
the barometer,
dropped and-
which is a pressure meter and
he
everything.
could
And I
see-
think,
Even then,
You
like
could see it
nowadays, they
going
have
on.
no idea.
yeah,
It
but,
changes by the hour,
yeah,
by
but
the minute.
Yeah, but we rely a lot on like somebody else telling us.
And we're trying to go like super accurate. Like they're saying this is going to be a bad storm, not we're expecting this much wind and this much snow.
They can go
yeah,
from
and
like
I think
10
even
inches of snow down to like an inch of rain.
Yeah, but even like you're talking Alaska here. You're talking like
Yeah,
the
that's
like
Charleston.
Arctic Circle, Alaska. Like
It's gonna be bad no matter what.
Yeah, like you could have a mild storm and it would be probably worse than anything we've ever
Yeah.
seen in our lives. So the fact that he was mushing through that, the fact that he was the only guy that they had any faith that can make it, and then the fact that Sep blatantly, flat out told his wife that in bed when they were laying in bed, she said, "Don't take Togo because he's 12 and he might not make it back."
Yeah.
And he said, "Listen, if I don't take Togo, this might be the last hours that you spend with me." So like that shows you the confidence and just how much this dog was an incredible sled dog.
yeah.
He was a unit.
Absolute unit.
The big unit. So actually, he wasn't. Remember, he wasn't a big unit
he
at
was
all.
the-
He was
yeah, he was
actually
the
the
runt
runt
of
of the
the-
litter, which is
He
even
became
crazy.
the unit, though.
So it is. It is a hero's journey, but like it just keeps going.
The
and
heart
going.
of a survivor.
The heart of a
He's-
survivor.
The scene where they're like his sled's like crashing and sliding down that cliff. That like my heart was pounding so hard, so well like produced, like the way that the like camera angles, the even like the makeup like for oh gosh, how am I even trying to word it, like watching the dogs and everything, like the way that they're moving and trying to get spun around and everything like that, like they're all twisted and tangled and they work themselves free and get spun around and everything. All that that was just shot so well.
Yeah, I honestly I thought about that myself too. Is like, how long do you think it took like to get those dogs to cooperate in that manner and then also like be in the position where they're sliding down that? I mean, that's impressive.
And then like that's like, I mean, as far as like what was done with like green screen and what was done, I mean, I don't know where any of it was actually shot. I didn't look up any of that stuff or not, but I assume there was a decent amount of that was green screen stuff.
I doubt it.
But
That's all live.
Willem Dafoe was actually sliding down
It's a madman.
an icy hill. But yeah, I mean, it was all done really, really well. I mean, it's Disney money, so like, you know, you can do what you can do.
And this was like a really big. I don't know if you would call it a blockbuster because I don't think it actually hit theaters.
Yeah, I don't think it went straight to Disney Plus.
It went straight to Disney Plus. It was almost like a featured film, like the first featured film to kind of come to Disney Plus and be like this juggernaut of a film for them. And I think like as I'm watching this, I'm like, holy crap! Like I'm a 28-year-old man, and I'm enjoying this. Thoroughly enjoying this. And I think like as it goes through, I mean, like there's this journey and there's all this conflict and everything like that, but like there's not any swear words. It's not like too over the top. So like you could sit down and maybe not with like a 4-year-old or something, but like you could certainly sit down with like your 6, 7, 8-year-old and watch this and I think get the same reaction overall. It's a really universal movie.
For sure.
I think, that anybody could sit down and truly enjoy.
And it's got Willem Dafoe in it too, so like what's not to love?
Yeah, for sure. Sponsor on podcast.
I enjoyed when they crossed the ocean.
Oh,
he
wait,
took
the
the
first
shortcut
time or the
straight.
second time?
Well, both times.
Yeah.
Which one a little bit confused me.
The rousing speech he gave.
Oh, dude, I wanted to look that up so
Yeah.
much. Did you remember the speech as he was given to the dogs about?
I remember
and
he's doing it. I don't remember hearing
and
it,
he'll
though.
be known as the hero. It was Togo in the front, and he was just
we will
naming
not
the
die
dogs.
in their company. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
I remember
That got me.
They said it was like -60 though.
Yeah,
I feel like it wouldn't be cracking and water splashing up at -60.
it's salt water, dude.
Yeah, saltwater.
It's true, but
It's salt water
still
and it
freezes.
currents. It's actually it's not a it's a river.
It's a river.
It's not the ocean.
It was a gulf, I thought.
It was a gulf, but it flowed.
Yeah.
It flowed. So like when you're doing that, like it takes significantly longer for a flowing, body of water.
Especially saltwater too.
Longer, but I feel
but
like at
flowing
-60, it was below in the negatives for a long period of time.
I'm sure it would be. I don't know. I mean, I'm not an expert. I'm not an ice road trucker. What do I look like? But I'm
Just a regular
I'm
road
just a
trucker.
regular trucker.
Just land trucker.
Yeah.
The lame type. The sound. They called it the sound.
The sound, yeah.
It was a sound. Okay.
But yeah, it was just. I mean, it was pretty awesome.
How
But it
was
got a
that?
day off.
Like when they did above screen and you could see the cracks just
Yeah.
going.
Well, and it was crazy that his wife knew well enough to tell the mayor and
Yeah.
tell everybody else because they
If
were
there's
going to
ice
have
on the sound, he's
they were going to
taking
have
the sound.
another guy meet him, and if there's ice on the sound, my husband's taking the sound,
And he would have already been gone.
and he's gone from there. And they said in that meeting, which is something that really stuck out to me, is when they were talking about having a guy meet up with him to give him this at this certain point, like to trade off the serum to Sepp. That she was like, look, if they could miss each
Yeah.
other easily out there. It's a vast wilderness, and like, and they said, well, what do you think's going to happen? And she said, well, Sepp's going to go and he's going to hit the next thing, and he's going to go the whole way to Fairbanks. But what's going to happen to the other guy and they said he's going to freeze.
Yeah,
he's going to
he's
try
gonna
to
die.
make it, and he's not going to make it because the
Yeah.
only person that can make this is Sepp
And Togo.
and Togo. Those are the only options that we have is Sepp and Togo. And if anybody else tries this, they will freeze, they will die. We will find them in the spring. And it's just like, whoa. Like that right there is like a punch in the chest. Like,
Yeah.
whoa. Okay, this is some serious business, you know?
Credit to the other puppies though.
Yeah, for sure.
They made it just
Yeah.
as far. They're just not the leader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So credit to Togo for the leading. Like they wouldn't have made it without him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But those other puppies were right behind him.
Yeah, it's true. I mean,
Yeah, when they start talking about running this relay and meeting up with the other sliders, that's where they throw out about Gunner and Balto. Mm-hmm. That's where we learn that they're part of this. Like if you went into this completely blind, not knowing anything about it, you'd be like, oh, Balto, I know about Balto.
yeah.
Some people might know about Balto.
Yeah, actually, a lot of people, because I do talk up this movie. Like, I watched it, what was that, Wednesday? I think I watched it, and I've talked this thing up. Like, I will tell everybody, you need to watch this. This is, if you have Disney Plus, when you have a free afternoon, watch this.
Yeah, it's about a 2-hour runtime.
It's good. And,
Yeah.
but like, and I explained that to a lot of people. I said, Balto. And like, honestly, maybe 20% of the people knew it.
Yeah.
I never heard of him.
How many
before
people would
this.
you tell about this movie since Wednesday? Like, it's been a day and a half.
It doesn't matter, Brandon.
70?
It doesn't
2
matter.
days, yeah. I guess you do. You talk to everybody, don't you?
Yeah, I'm a talkative
Okay,
dude.
yeah.
If you can't tell.
Well,
Plus, my job kind of allows me to be.
so like some people,
fairly
so yeah, some people know about Baltos, but I mean, people our age might have seen the animated movie for sure. But
I knew. The funny thing is, I didn't see the animated movie. I
didn't know there was
I
one.
knew Balto from history rather than
yeah,
I knew there was a movie, but I've never seen it. I knew it because I knew the history of like the serums and all that stuff
Yeah.
that needed to be sent to there.
and then so I the Iditarod race is that
It's
this-
based off of
yeah
this.
is this the Fairbanks to
Yep,
Nome?
to Nome. Yep.
And was that before or did
After.
they made
They
this
made
because
this
of the serum?
because
they
of
made
the Iditarod. The
Iditarod.
Iditarod was made because of this.
because of the serum run.
Yes.
Okay.
That specific. I believe there's
Are they
a
allowed
lot
to
of,
take the shortcut?
Across the sound.
if you're
if it's
man, if you're
available.
man enough.
If it's available.
If you're
if
man
you're-
enough,
if you're
did you
Leonard
see the
Seppala
last?
enough,
Did you
yeah.
see the last scene of that?
Oh my
I don't know
gosh,
if you
yeah.
want to.
What did he say?
After that
He said,
scene, I wrote
"Forgive
down.
me either way," and he threw.
Yeah, forgive me either
Throws
way.
him.
Grabs Balto.
No.
or
Togo.
grabs
Hey.
Togo. Yeah, it
Are
was,
you
Hey.
kidding me?
it was a sin. Sorry.
Come on.
Oof.
Forgive me. Forgive
Like
me,
not
Togo,
not
for I
trying
have sinned.
not trying to diminish anything but Balto did, but Togo's where it's at.
I didn't write down the numbers, but at the very end, I think in like the credits, they showed like the miles
I did.
everyone ran, and then it was like
looked,
significantly.
I looked up all
30,
the numbers.
30. I said it was an average of 31 miles for every
So-
other person and 261
Yeah.
for.
That sounds about right.
It was so Balto himself
Mm-hmm.
caught up. So let's go over when they were on their way back. They have the serum.
Mm-hmm.
He's going across the sound again, and the sound is busting apart
Bad.
badly. Like
The further they
feet
get, the more
in
water it
between-
is.
In between each ice chunk, he gets to the
sled
end.
gets stuck a
He's
couple
like
times.
super happy to get to the end, and there's like a 5 or 6 foot gap. So they get to the last thing, and he, like you said, he grabs Togo, and he
Chucks
says,
him.
"Forgive me either way," and throws him across onto the land, and
He attached to like a rope.
Yeah.
yeah,
Leash.
attaches a rope to him, and then puts a stake into the ice,
float, yeah.
and basically has Togo
Togo pull
the whole
that ice float.
ice float, all 6 other dogs, the sled, and his musher.
And that chunk of ice, like how much that weighs. I mean, I understand it's in water, but still, like
Yeah, it's still
and
heavy.
it's a current.
There's
If you
weight
see,
there.
there's a current to it
Yeah.
too. So like you can
And
pull one up with the current.
Togo is 12 years old
He's
and he's been
12-year-old.
running all day.
Yeah, he's well here.
And-
So think about this. Now we get back to the Balto thing. Balto picked it up. Basically, they needed to get across the sound, and right across from the sound is the place that they're going to.
Yeah.
So there is the house that they're meeting up with Balto to give him to do the last leg of the race. So if you're saying that he ran all day,
No, I thought-
Togo had 264 miles in straight. He slept and laid down at night, and that was it. Right back to running.
Yeah.
Balto had 50 miles. He ran 50. Every other dog on that was an average of 31 miles. So, like, that's incredible. That's
Another thing that adds a lot
insane.
of like drama to it and a lot of heartfeltness. Every time they made like a checkpoint, I feel like everyone was telling him like Togo's dying.
Yeah.
Like he's you need to let him hear. You need to let him hear and go on without him.
Yeah, the Inuit girl was just broke my heart, man.
Yeah.
When you see
That's
her
like-
and she said, you know,
So every time Togo goes through these things, it just adds even more. Like he's
more and more. Yeah,
as far as you know, he's dying.
yeah,
and
it,
he's
it
just,
really
like,
paints that
pulling through.
picture. It really does paint that
Yeah,
picture.
this whole movie, they're like they set you up for that. Coming up on the part where it's like snow blindness. There's so much snow blowing that like Seb says he can't see anything, and he's like, Togo, you're gonna have to lead us to Joe, or I think it says Big Joe's house.
Big
or something.
Joe's house.
And he says, you're gonna have to lead the way. I know you can do it. And so Sep's just riding, but then like
He passes
yeah,
out.
you see Sep pass out and fall over on the sled, and then the screen fades to black, and there's some ominous music playing, and then it opens back up, and the sled stopped, and I'm on my couch. I'm like, oh no, this is where it happens. And well, luckily, that wasn't where anything happened. Sep goes up to Togo and he's talking to him, and then
Time to get up. You
Yeah.
got to run. You got to go. We're gonna
gotta
die
get
out
there.
here.
He's
Yeah.
like, look at him.
He's spent.
defeated.
He is.
yes,
He is.
Togo's got nothing left in the tank, and then Big Joe comes out and is like, "Oh, Sep, you made it! Oh my
You
goodness,
realize
where's the
he
serum?"
made it.
So
Yeah.
Togo
Like
made
he
it.
knew he was there, but he's like, this is as far as I can go. But I made it.
So he
Close
gave
enough.
he gave it off to Balto,
Yeah.
and Balto ran it back in, and
and took all the credit and all
the
the glory.
papers got all his glory, and he has the statue in Central Park. But let's
And he
be
wasn't even the
honest.
lead. Fox was the lead.
Well, they both were.
Fox and Togo, yeah.
Fox
'Cause they had
and Balto.
They joined.
Excuse you.
To me?
Yeah, you said Togo instead of Balto.
Oh my gosh!
You mixed-
Come on,
I'm trying to
guys.
give Togo the credit.
It's a professional podcast.
Togo deserves
Keep
the
it
credit.
together.
Oh God. I had to S on somebody because I screwed it up.
Yeah.
But so the next, it looks like Sep spent a couple days at that rest stop. I mean,
Yeah.
At least.
At
No,
least.
I thought they said a week.
Really, a week?
He said you should
Because the
stay.
storm was well over. It
Because he
seemed.
said you should stay another week or something like that.
so he stayed a week. And what really got me was it was 50 miles back because, it said that Balto ran 50 miles.
Yeah.
So it was 50 miles back to there, and it gave the illusion that Sep walked every step with
Well,
Togo.
he started
on the
off
back.
going, didn't he?
No.
He walked like
He
Togo
walked
walked.
Right from the start.
He walked right beside Togo, and then when he got to the house,
He was carrying him.
still walking.
He was
beside
He was
Carrying
carrying
Togo.
Togo
He
though.
was carrying.
That's
him.
And then
what
that's
I
another
thought.
part where I was like, oh no.
Oh my God, he's dead. He's dead.
This is where it happens.
Yeah, they kept getting me there.
Yeah. They tried, man.
But,
Disney, man.
Yeah, you find out that Togo lives a long, fulfilling life, and even though
After that,
and even though the papers painted Balto as a hero, which we all know is not the truth, all the sled mushers, the professionals, the people whose opinions really matter, let's be honest, they know what's up, and they went and they visited Togo like crazy. And I thought this was incredible. Did you guys catch the Togo's puppies thing?
Sepala Siberians.
Sepala Siberians that like they're like a prized possession now. I
Yep,
guess like in the mushing world, like it's a breed that's genetically bred from the genes of Togo.
Togo, yeah.
I mean that's saying something, dude.
Yeah.
on the one part, what's William's name? Willem
Sepala.
Seppala. Like he was down on himself because he's thinking like he ran that dog to death.
Yeah, he walked
Like he was
out
like
of the house.
yeah.
hard on him and stuff. But like at the end of the day, I mean, look how many times Togo chased him.
Yeah.
Togo wouldn't want to be anywhere else but there, even if it is killing
Yeah,
himself.
That's what he said. Like Togo, like they
like
said, Togo didn't stay. Togo didn't stay to be a sled dog. He stayed to be with
yeah,
Sepala.
like I mean, I don't feel like he should be hard on himself because they were both together. That's what both of them wanted at the end
I
of the
think.
day.
Yeah, I think Sep did realize that, and didn't feel so badly about it.
Yeah, and I think after like he said that we've come to find out that mushing maybe not be the best thing, but a walk or a hike will do just as fine as going on a sled run. So I think like it went from being, I mean, all the other dogs I feel like were still a tool to Sepp in his career, but I think him and Togo actually had the friendship
bond.
and the bond and the relationship. So incredible movie.
The line that he says, he left us on a Thursday in December, that tugged on me pretty hard too. That one got me. But like the ending of Togo isn't actually how the Togo stuff happened. Like at least the end of it anyway. So after all the after the ceremony was over, Togo and Seppala went on like a victory tour, I guess, through like Washington State, California, and then across to New York City. I think they stopped by Chicago and other bigger cities. And then they founded a what's like a I don't want to say like conservatory, but like a
Crematory.
like a home, I guess, in Maine or maybe it was like a shelter or something like that. Yeah. With some other woman whose name I can't remember.
Janice.
We'll say Janice, yeah.
As Linda.
And then she convinced Sepp to let Togo stay there instead of going back to Alaska. And then
He didn't let that happen, did he?
He did.
Oh,
and then
he left his puppy?
Hold on, it gets sadder.
Oh my god.
Oh, come on.
Togo started having, obviously with his age, he was 16 years old whenever he passed, because he passed away in 1929. Jeez. I guess he was having some serious skin issues and neurititis.
When you're running negative
like
60-degree weather.
He was having
I guess so.
He said he could barely walk anymore or anything like that. So they telegraphed up to Nome, Alaska, and was like, "Hey, Togo's on his last leg. You should probably come down here to be with him." So Sepp came back down, and then they took him to a veterinarian, had him euthanized on December 15th of 1929. I think he said.
From that story there, that's a true story.
I've
lost respect for Sepp compared to what the movie showed.
Well,
like that's your puppy. You don't let him. You don't. I mean, that puppy knows nothing but
Yeah. But think if it's balling there. If it's balling.
What do you mean if it's balling?
If it's balling, dude, like Sepp knows that he can't stay down there in Maine, but like, think if it's like the most awesome place ever. Like your dog.
Still, that dog think about, I mean, as the movie portrayed.
Yeah.
That dog wanted nothing but to be by his side.
Yeah, I suppose.
And that's like.
That is sad, man.
Think about your puppy.
What'd you do to us and our audience, man?
You got a puppy and like last year's life, you was like, kick it out.
See you later. That's what we do to old people around here.
I've got a little bit more.
Get in the home, Grandma. Come see you every now and then. Let me know when she's on her last leg.
Togo's stuffed and mounted body is displayed at the Iditarod Trail Headquarters Museum in Wasilla, Alaska.
I hope I get stuffed and mounted and am able to be put in the Iditarod
I'd like to see that someday. I want to visit Alaska someday.
It's even a little bit weirder here. Togo's skeleton is mounted separately and is a possession of the Peabody Museum of Natural History, which I believe is at Yale University.
Do you think we could get that for the pod down here?
Probably could.
Put it in a little case over here by your water heater.
There he is, displayed directly by the water heater.
Man.
But
yeah, that's a little bit of a darker side of it.
So you started out a little bit of the more you know segment, but I'm gonna hit you up with.
There's some more you know stuff.
I'm gonna hit you up with a couple the more you knows. So,
okay.
The more you know. Did you know that the scene where Togo breaks out of the house through the window?
The rich lady's house?
That is a true event.
Oh, I believe it.
That's a true event. And another true event was him pulling that ice thing in.
The float?
The float. That was a true... Because like when I saw that, I was like, no way. Dude, this is... Like the whole sliding down the side of the hill and into the cliff. Like... That might have happened at some point, but probably not
as exaggerated.
It's maybe exaggerated, a little bit over the top. But from what I read, they said the two big, like, holy crap, that was a real story, was one where he busted out through the window and another where he pulled that ice shelf back to the land.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Gutsy.
That story you told just leaves such a sour taste now. You say those things are true and that he left that dog?
Well, Joey, would you recommend this movie?
Yeah, I would. As long as you don't read the truth ending. Yeah. That's a little
all right.
rough.
We're going to give out his
But
social
I did
media.
write down my very last note.
Yeah, no, I didn't even ask you. What do you got?
If Togo died while on the trail, I would have rage quit this movie.
Oh,
And then gave
for
it a
sure.
0 out of 10. Like, if he died, like, during his journey, I would have quit watching.
What if Sarah McLachlan just started playing?
Like, whenever he finally made it to that Joe's.
like, what if... That would have been the ultimate troll. Like, they trolled us the whole movie with, like, he's probably dead now. No, now he's definitely dead. Like,
I would have
you
rage quit.
definitely could have put Sarah McLachlan in the arms of an angel and really trolled a lot of people.
It would have worked.
So-
One more thing. There is a book out there called Togo's Fireside Reflections. It was written by the woman who took care of Togo in his last few years. Elizabeth Ricker is her name.
Nice.
Ricker, Ricker.
Yeah, so if you're looking for more Togo information, you're a Togo fanatic, or you're an Iditarod fanatic, or you just love
Addicted
animals.
to Togo.
I'm addicted to the Togo.
That can happen anyway.
If you're into that kind of stuff, right there. Secondary segment. Did Brandon cry?
Yes.
usually we go into a really big,
Like-
long, drawn out.
Like, I'd pick a specific part, but, like, just yes.
Yeah, I'm not even going. I'm saying yes, absolutely. Brandon cried.
Like, I can't pick out a specific
100%.
moment. Like, there's probably multiple moments.
Yeah. Yeah, like not like bawling, sobbing, but like misty-eyed and
We
choked up.
went over it. Misty-eyed, choked up,
Yeah.
is still crying.
Yeah, so
Which-
yeah, it definitely happened.
You know what was crazy to me when I thought about this was like I thought I was gonna cry because I'm man enough to admit that I get emotional sometimes when I see these things. But like, I legitimately cried for Toy Story 3. I watched Toy Story 3, and when Andy was giving away them toys, I started to cry. I felt so like just upset. And then I was like, as I was watching this movie, and I was like, I didn't cry.
That's right.
I didn't. What the hell was wrong with me?
Yeah. It's a kind of thing
so-
to explain. I cried during Moana, so it's
I didn't cry for Togo, but, like, that's a puppy movie is
cry
one of
for
the
Indians?
easiest ways to get to, like, my emotions.
Do you cry for Indians?
I got
Cry for the Indian.
one more thing that it's not really related to the movie at all, but it's from Nome, Alaska.
Well, this is what we're all about.
Yeah.
It's not
Well-
related to the movie at all. So give her to us,
It's a
Brandon.
different movie that was also shot in Nome, Alaska. It's
30
called-
Days and 30 Nights.
You mean 30 Days of Night?
Yeah.
No, it's not. Maybe that was shot in Nome, but I think that was shot more north, like Barrow.
Oh, I don't know.
But either way,
was just being
there's a
an
movie called the
ASS.
Fourth Kind.
The fourth kind.
Yeah, starring Mila Jovovich, I think her name is.
You said about this.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's a freaky movie, and I really wanted to watch that one again. Maybe we should do that one for the pod in future.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Okay. So, Brandon, would you recommend this movie?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So like honestly, I went into it thinking like, I wasn't really like
I did too.
this isn't my type of movie to watch, but yeah, it's thrilling
Yeah,
all
it
the way
absolutely
through.
is.
Willem Dafoe nails it. The dogs are great. It's a Disney movie too, so it's beautifully shot. Everything meshes really well. The story's really great.
I forgot to say, too, I had in my notes, I just remembered this now that you're saying about Willem Dafoe. The wife that's played in this movie, I don't know her name. I didn't really look her up, but I did write down she's very classically beautiful. You know what I mean?
It's Belgian.
Like she has those, like she has her freckles and
Supposed to
she's
be
very like she's just like she's not overly attractive. She's not like they didn't go above and beyond to get like the cream of the crop, best looking lady
Well,
they possibly
yeah.
could. But she's very
Gotta-
classly beautiful.
This is a woman that
Chose to live in Alaska.
Yeah, chose to live in Alaska.
Yeah.
With Willem Dafoe.
The one with the eraser and butterfly collection.
Oh gosh.
So
I did did anybody else notice how their skin all just look chapped? And I mean,
Dude,
obviously,
you live
Negative
on
60
yeah, but
degrees.
they did a great job at like making that look
Oh god.
like a thing, you know. I don't
Maybe
know.
that's how they actually look. They shouldn't have to spend time on makeup.
I used to always think that, like, man, when I get older, I'm gonna move to Alaska. And I went down by
screw
Port
that.
Royal, where there's like not a gas station for like 15 miles. And I was like, there's no way I can live in Alaska. I'm way too spoiled for this.
Alaska's one of the
you
states
see-
I want to most visit, though.
So they had they had power lines and stuff set up through Nome, Alaska in 1925. You think they actually had power, like electricity, up there in
Yeah.
1925
Generators.
in Alaska?
Yes.
That far north.
Yes.
Okay, well, I guess I'm an idiot then.
Yeah.
Because that was one of the first things when I saw that. I was like, do they really have electricity up there at this point?
Yeah. Well, it's probably kind of like me whenever my dad told me the one day, he was like, they didn't have bike. I bought my first like mountain bike, and it was like I don't know, like an 18 speed or something. And he was like, they didn't have mountain bikes like this when I was a kid. And I like genuinely asked him what they had, like wooden wheels or something.
Maybe.
Did they, did they even have wheels?
They used to have wooden wheels.
They had to. It's like a wagon. You can pedal.
Did you and your buddy Uga invent the wheel?
So, yeah, I think they had power.
All right.
Brandon,
Yeah.
you'd recommend it. I would
Absolutely.
recommend it. I would recommend it for really anybody. I mean, like,
For sure,
we,
yeah.
we go into all these things where it's like, well, I wouldn't recommend it for blah, 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 or I wouldn't recommend it for this person or that person. But I can genuinely say that, like, I would recommend this for Anybody.
Yeah.
To
It
watch.
is an all-around
Unanimous.
movie.
Yeah, it's not bubblegummy enough that like I wouldn't want like a manly man to watch it. It's not too
It's not-
crazy
yeah,
that I
it's not
wouldn't
too
want a
gritty.
kid to watch it. You
It's
know,
got
like
drama, action. It's got comedy.
doesn't have any profanity
Little bit
in it. I
comedy.
mean, it's
And it's got Willem Dafoe. What more could you ask for?
a very very well written, good
Well
movie.
acted, well shot, well produced.
Anyone got any dope or nopes?
Chopsticks.
Chopsticks, absolutely dope, dude. When we were
Really?
cleaning, oh yeah, when we were cleaning out my truck, I just bought that new truck.
Yeah.
And I took my old one, I was trading it in, and I had to get all my stuff out of there. And their Chinese restaurant was shutting down, remember? And they were giving away all their stuff on Harry's. Harry's was shutting down. They were giving away like a bunch of stuff.
There's a Chinese restaurant called Harry's.
Yeah, well,
It's not a very common Chinese name.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. I forget what it was. It was the Great Dragon.
They're shutting down?
No, Harry owned it. He owned it before.
Was he
And then he
Chinese?
sold it. Yeah.
His name was Harry.
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
Okay.
I don't eat Chinese, so
You
I
had
don't know.
you had chopsticks in your truck?
Yeah, I
Okay,
bought a
that's-
bunch of them because they were closing down. Like, so I just threw them in my truck. I was like, this is gonna be awesome. If I ever need to eat, I got
Yeah,
chopsticks
you
here.
literally
This
have
is
a
great.
story for everything. It's the best.
It's gonna be great. And then like we were unloading my truck, and my neighbor was like, "What in the hell do you have like 70 things of chopsticks in here for?" Just like pulling handfuls and handfuls
Yeah.
out of my console. So I'm all in on the chopsticks, dude. Eco-friendly and everything, biodegradable.
How you feel about chopsticks?
To play with, dope.
Like
To use to eat,
yeah.
nope.
Yeah,
Really?
I say nope. Like it's not an efficient food. Like maybe if I was, using them from whenever I was a kid, but they're not an efficient food delivery
I mean,
system.
I don't eat Chinese,
Yeah, but let's
so I don't
think about-
use them. But
think-
like when I was at the casino
Yeah.
a while ago, like they had a Chinese section. And I didn't get the Chinese food, but I was like, oh, they got chopsticks there. I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna use them. Yeah, it lasted like 5 seconds before I was like, nope.
dude, I'm good at chopsticks.
I mean, if
yeah, I
you
can use
took the
mine.
time, if you
but-
took the time, I can see maybe.
I understand what you're saying. It's not efficient, right?
Yeah.
But like, I can use chopsticks fairly decent.
Yeah.
but compared to a spoon,
So like, but here's the thing, though. That's what I was getting to with the spoon thing. So they're incredibly more efficient than us because they don't use spoons. They just
Yeah, that's how they
shovel that bad boy in with their fingers.
how do they get the broth?
What do you mean? They dump it in.
You drink it.
You drink it.
Well,
They
yeah, but
dra-
what
they
if you
shovel
want it with
that
a
in.
bite?
Dip it.
Nah.
You're getting enough. You're getting enough
Nah.
when you scoop it. But no,
If you got like a nice beef stew, you want like a noodle, a tater, a
we're
piece
not
of
gonna,
beef.
you don't eat beef.
some
You're
broth
not
on
eating
there.
that stuff with chopsticks. So you eat Chinese food with chopsticks.
What if they have beef stew in
Oh.
China?
I don't think they do.
We're getting a Vietnamese restaurant in downtown.
Where?
Right by oh gosh, hold on a second. It's close to the movie theater, but I can't
Oh,
remember.
that's gonna be so sweet.
Yeah, I don't really like Vietnamese food though.
I never had it, so I'm down. I had Indian food one time though, and I'm gonna tell you what.
Some goat vindaloo.
You think okay? So like I was all about it because Indian food is like a lot of it's predominantly vegetarian, so it's pretty easy to get a vegetarian thing from Indian food, and it's usually spicy, and I usually like spicy stuff. You don't like spicy stuff until like you don't know how much you don't like spicy stuff until you try Indian food because it's a whole nother level of spicy. Like I'm telling you. Give yourself some sometime.
Paid for it later.
Paid for it as I was eating it. Like I ate half of it, and I'm like,
Go to the
I can't do
bathroom.
this. I can't do it. I don't care if I paid $15 for it. I'm not eating any more of this. It was that hot, and the dude like behind the counter was like, "This is kind of like a number one, but you know if you want
pansy.
anything more, we can crank it up big time when we get to the restaurant." And I'm like, I don't want any of this. This is awful. I thought I liked
Having the
spicy
worst
stuff.
time
I
of my
don't.
Gosh.
That's where I saw
So-
Anti-Flag too.
Like
So-
your spicy is like cracked pepper.
No, hot sauce.
Like sriracha?
Sriracha.
You like sriracha?
Sriracha.
Do you do sriracha though?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that like on us?
I like wasabi better than sriracha.
El Yucateco.
I like El Yucateco too. Oh, did I tell you about my neighbor? Same neighbor that found all my chopsticks. I took him to the authentic Mexican restaurant up in Altoona. El Campesino.
Campesino.
And it's like the most authentic you can get from around here. And he likes hot sauce the way I like hot sauce. But have you ever had El Yucateco?
Yeah,
That stuff's hot.
Yeah.
it is.
Like real Mexican hot sauce is like no joke hot.
There's a place in State College called Reyes Teca that's pretty good. They put Yucateco on the tables.
Yeah.
You, so
He was just going to town on this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was like Texas Pete.
Little
And
dabble
I
do,
was
yeah.
just like
Little
I was like,
dabble do.
I don't want to tell you how to live your life.
Have you never had it before?
Anything? No, he never had it. He never had like authentic Mexican
that's
food.
like-
And he was just like, I saw the first like couple bites. His eyes just like turned, and I was like, "Is that a little hot for you, buddy?" I was
I've
like,
only ever tried the red.
"Oh, I have the green up there if you want to try it."
Is it hotter than the red?
It's
try it on these
probably
anchovies.
about the right temp. It's probably about the same as the red.
You ever try the black?
No, I
Or
want to try
triple
triple X. I want to try. There's
way.
so many of them.
I'm
Yeah.
a pansy when for hot stuff. Like sriracha's sriracha is almost too hot for me. Is that how we have to say it?
It's the echoes.
It's the echoes of your sriracha. This is
Charmin.
Cha cha cha. All right. Can we call this?
Yeah, I mean,
Like I'm having fun, but like we're getting up there. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. So
Togo's a fantastic movie.
yeah, watch it. Get Disney Plus
Definitely.
too. Disney Plus is
No
good.
matter what age.
They're not even sponsoring
Or
us.
what
but
your
we're gonna
favorite
tell them
movie
they're
is.
I'm gonna tell you to do it. If you can, like we let you know before, but Togo is on Disney Plus. It's
Yeah.
not anywhere else.
great.
So
Also, send us money.
send us money. Send us
Computer chairs.
Send us computer chairs. Send us sriracha.
Yeah.
Send us hot sauce. That'd be
A
cool.
heater. It's cold down here.
Nah, don't send us a heater. Oh, also, so if you have any complaints or anything like that, the HR department, Brandon,
He's been working around the clock.
at
Yeah.
usually _
Yeah.
on Twitter. DM him with all your complaints and or suggestions, and he'll get back to you as soon as possible. They are flowing in at the moment.
He's already settled like 3 cases, like $1,000 each.
Yeah.
Well, after the fact that we already like put out like 3 really crappy quality episodes.
Yeah.
Well, 2 really crappy quality. Quappy.
Yeah.
He's quappy.
It looks
But,
like 3 o'clock in the morning.
It's 3 o'clock right now?
No,
No,
it's not.
I know. I was up to like 3 o'clock in the morning with all these DMs.
And he has to pay that out of pocket, guys.
Yeah.
So, 'cause, I mean, we're not chipping in.
No, we're not.
He's the HR person.
Nobody's DM'd anything. Nobody's listened to this yet. So
Well, you're gonna be sorry eventually.
It's going to blow up eventually.
yeah.
If you want to find us, get on Facebook. What's on the Tube Pod? Check it out. Find us. Type it in. What's on the Tube podcast? Whatever. You'll find us there. And if you have the time, stop over to iTunes. Give us a 5-star review, and review us on our Facebook. That'd be pretty cool. because it helps us out, and we want to grow, and we want you to see us grow. So, Joey.
You can check us out on the Twitter. Search WOTTPOD. What's on the Tube Pod? Either one, you will find us. Look us up, hit us up, DM us, like our stuff, retweet our stuff. Let us know what movies you want to see, what your favorite movies are, what you think of the ones we reviewed, and just interact with us. Let us know. What's on the gram?
All lowercase, no spaces. What's on the tube?
We're going to work on that, but
Yeah.
you're good.
I don't know anything else about it. I don't really do the Instagrams. Tori does. Supposed to be handling all that.
When are you going to make us a Reddit?
But Tori's asleep.
Yeah,
I
do
can do a Reddit thing.
Yeah, do it.
Make us a Reddit.
Make us a Reddit.
For like one person it's gonna be me.
Who cares?
Okay.
Hey, we might get 3.
But like Joey said, we're gonna do a pick for the viewer listener pick. So get your picks in. Tell us what you want us to watch, want us to review, do everything like that, and we'll see what we can do about that. So send it in. Maybe we'll put up a couple posts here and there asking you to try to give us some suggestions. But if you have one on the top of your head and you just want to DM us or you want to maybe write it on our wall or something, feel free to do so. Also, if you want to know what movie we are doing for the next upcoming week, you can keep track. You can watch it with us. All you got to do is go to one of our Facebook or our Twitter, and it will be on there. We will post it probably, what do you think, like Monday?
Yeah, right after the new one comes out.
Yeah, Sunday night.
That way you get a full week to
Sunday night, Monday.
watch it.
We're going to hit you up, and we're going to put it up on there. So just come take a look at it, and you'll know which one and where to get it at. And then you can watch it throughout the week, and then you can come back to us, and you can listen to our review and see if we match up, see if we
see if you think
common
like
ground.
us.
So it has been real. It has been fun. Mostly it's been really fun. Joey.
Check
anything?
you later.
Brandon.
Later's on the med, Jay.
All right. Yeah, clean your air filters too, would you?
I'll be back.